Hi, Andrea. How are you?
Hi, Maria. Good to see you again. I'm fine. Thank you.
Yeah, I like to say that we know each other from a program of leadership, regenerative leadership, and we are mentoring each other right now. And we like to talk about PQ today. And for that, I will ask Andreas what PQ is.
PQ stands for Positive Intelligence Quotient. So, like the IQ people know, or the EQ, the emotional intelligence, there's also a concept on what is positive intelligence. And positive intelligence means the comparison, how much time you spend in a positive emotion. So, being happy, being active, being nurturing, and how much time you spend with negative emotions. So being angry, disappointed, frustrated, all that stuff. And of course, you need to have a positive ratio of 3 to 1, really to overcompensate the negative ways so that you are actually being a more happy person.
Yeah, I did the test with you, and for me it was very eye-opening about my saboteurs. What they are and what are doing to us.
Well, the saboteurs are these negative voices in your head or the monkey on your shoulder telling you, you're not good enough. Oh, what did you do in the meeting? Why didn't you bring up your point? Why did you not bring that idea forward? This additional benefit. Oh, there was something. And it's kind of this always beating us up because we aren't good enough or we are not perfect or something. So there are different saboteurs, like the stickler one, okay, if I'm not perfect, then I'm not good. Or the one I can only say good job when I achieve it all. And for me, coming from project management, that would mean you can only be happy when the project is over, which is seemed for me quite absurd. So that's where I get to know positive intelligence also, and that's why I liked it so much when I got what I came across it.
Well, tell us about your background and how do you get there to positive intelligence?
Yeah, I'm working in project management since I started my career, so more than 20 years, and it's always projects mean you're bringing something to the ground. Let's say you're planting some trees or seedlings, and when the project is over, the seedlings are there, but there's no tree, right? So basically, understanding that the project is just a starting point where things can grow. That was one thing I'm always taking with me. And of course, I want things to grow which have a positive impact on nature, on people. So that's my, let's say, how to tweak from coming from project management to the regenerative and sustainable thinking. And this is also where I see in projects, of course, there's a lot of change. So people need to do things in a different way when the project is ended as when they start. And during the project, there's also a lot of things not working well. So you're shaking the organization, you're shaking the people,
Mm.
and they don't like that. That's normal. Understanding that's normal is the first thing. And it's okay that you don't like change. This is the first thing, which is actually helping also to accept, okay, not everyone will like it. And not everyone will understand it from the beginning. It's okay. Have empathy with these people and explain it in a way that they can also walk with you, bring them on board. That's kind of the whole stakeholder engagement, where I found actually being positive and showing the positive aspects, not just focusing on the negative aspects, helps in every project. And
Yeah,
as you know, I'm working in circular economy, also bringing circular economy solutions to life since 10 years. And there's a lot of frustration. There's a lot of disappointment because it's too slow. It's not happening. People don't understand that there's a business benefit behind it. They see it as kind of a nice add-on stuff. And to stay in that frustration doesn't help me and it doesn't help
mm,
others. And that's why I was really happy when I got to know about positive intelligence.
Yeah, what is happening in the world, the planet and the crisis and the world. How do you manage to go to um, positive intelligence with this these things we are living to here? No, yeah.
Yeah, I think the important thing is, let's say, positive intelligence has a lot of tools also, which I can use on a daily basis. And there's one
Mhm.
tool which is called accept or convert, which means if bad things happen, like we have it like a war or something, I can decide to be angry all the time.
Yeah.
That's unfair. Very often I can't do anything myself. So it's kind of, I'm staying in this negative emotion without helping anyone. And I want to
Mhm.
help people. So that's why, okay, I need to accept. Yes, I need to say, okay, that's not good. And then think, do I want to dedicate myself to do something for the refugees or the impacts of the war, what I may be able to do? Or do I accept there are other people who are doing that? And I'm doing my part where I'm strong in, like helping sustainable projects to grow. And
Okay.
this gives me the energy, and it gives me also the chance to be active and to create something and not being stuck in, oh my God, it doesn't help anyone and I'm too small. We are anyway not achieving a lot. All these stuff, all the stories, let's say, and this is what's happening in our brain, right? All the stories people who are working in sustainability and regeneration are telling, and we need to learn to tell positive stories to ourselves. It doesn't
Okay.
mean we ignore the bad things happening. It's important to recognize, oh, that's not good, be it on the global level, be it in a meeting that somebody is screaming at another person. That's not good. But what can I do now? How can I react now? And this gives me really the power of being able to act and not just being in a passive defensive mode.
It's like acting in ourselves first, no? It's something like that. That the program also is helping to introduce to you. It's something like that. It's a step
It's
or
definitely, I mean, it's definitely, we need to be kind and friendly to ourselves.
okay.
If we are not our best friend, who will be? We are 24 hours with ourselves, right? So, and if I remember how I was speaking to myself 2 years ago, I'm still sometimes doing that. It was horrible. I wouldn't have any friends if I would be speaking to other people like I was speaking to myself. And learning, okay, I need to be kind to myself, then I can be kind to others, and they will recognize I'm not just doing it to the outside, but I'm doing it from within. And this has an
Oh,
impact.
yeah. And how do you discover what you say to yourself?
It's this moment of you're talking something. Hey, what am I saying? Why am I saying that? That's not good. Let's
Okay.
stop it. So this is kind of catching the saboteurs, which is part of the program. And you want to be faster and you want to recover faster from a drawback or something which does not work. So that you're not kind of angry for an hour, but only for 5 minutes, for example.
Oh,
And then you
okay.
can you can spend the
You
other
can change
55
the
minutes on a
timing.
solution.
Okay, okay, yeah, you can gonna. So the first step is that you change the time you become angry or frustration or have frustration about some things. That is like the first step.
Exactly, because there's so much time, if you think about it, people stay in this mode, in that mode, when you are angry or upset, you're not bringing up new ideas or different solutions, seeing different perspectives, because you're just in this kind of mode of, yeah, really caught in yourself. And let's say if from every hour I spend 45 minutes in a mindset where I create something positive and only 15 minutes in a mindset where I'm kind of, oh, that didn't work out and so on, then I can do a lot more things than if I spend 30-30. And this
Yeah,
is, it's a, let's say from the business perspective, it's just productivity.
yeah.
And there's so much productivity lost because people are not in their sage, as we call it. So in their creative, positive, active, solution-oriented mind, but in a defensive, fear-based mindset. So every time basically thinking about, am I doing that because of fear? Let's say not being accepted, not being good enough, losing friends or whatever. Or am I doing it because I love to do it and I want to create something? I want to bring
Yeah.
solutions forward. And I think for people in the regenerative world, recognizing that we are actually achieving a lot is
Mm.
so important because it's often overseen.
Yeah, I have a friend that I talk with her when I am angry, and I say, "Well, I will do a catharsis. Please listen to me only," and then I can start to create something from that. But okay, the catharsis for me was a good tool that, to do the catharsis and let go all that feelings, all that I am thinking. Yeah,
Yeah,
I can relate to
letting
that.
go is actually a great tool. Everyone should practice that a lot more.
Yeah. Good,
So
and
you can
you
just
have.
bodily release things, right? It's also PQ also has a lot to do of feeling your body and being
Mm,
active in your body and kind of distracting maybe your mind because it's about mental fitness. So you want to be fit mentally, and it also is a kind of a distraction process. So you take when your mind is in this unfit mode, we say, okay, let's do a break. Let's feel our hands. Let's feel how we are on the ground,
mm.
how the ground is carrying us. And with that feeling, now we can have a look at the solution.
So, and you can give an example of what you do with the regenerative war, or what you achieve with some groups, because I think a lot of people who are seeing this video or listen to us are in the regenerative war. How do you create that space for them?
Well, I recognized when I'm running groups, so we are basically meeting on a weekly basis also. There's a program behind, which is very proven from a Stanford professor developed and from Shesat Chamin, and it's also being further elaborated. And we have our weekly meetings when we have the space also to share and also to do some sessions on, yeah, what could be an answer to this situation. So it's also a peer, let's say peer groups where we come up with ideas for in yeah with different mindsets. And of course also accepting sometimes, okay, that wasn't a good week.
And do some catharsis.
And do some catharsis or do something, let's say, to say, okay, well, yeah, it was a really bad. I had a friend, he's working in sustainability, and said, oh yeah, my life's really those such a horrible year and so on. And I was asking him, and so how are your kids? They are fine. What is your relationship? Oh, we are, yeah, really good together. Okay, so if that was the worst year of your life, let's say, I'm okay having parts of your worst year of the life, I'd take. And this is also the perspective, right? We are very often see what's not working and we don't see what's working.
Yeah.
And very often, because we are still alive, very often, let's say a lot of the things we are doing are working.
Yeah, I can relate with that also. I see my year last year, and I say I was a little angry about it. And then I realized all the things I achieved and what I did was very nice, was a very nice space to say, oh, okay, it's not all good, bad and awful, you know?
That's the cool thing about positive intelligence. It's really this daily small practices. It's not a big thing where you need to,
Yeah.
I need to do a 3 week retreat and only then, but let's say what happens after the 3 week retreat, right? Then 3 days back in the office, you are still in or back in the, let's say, in the stress level. So I want to have people be not stressed, more resilient during the normal day, not just to have a balance, let's say, by a long vacation and so on. But how can you create a space where you work, which nurtures you and which
Yeah.
makes you be alive?
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes I like to go away, far away, and maybe this can help me to understand the little things I can do in my life to change that state I have. Yeah, well, it's
And
great, Andreas.
I'm very curious what you tell because you're currently you started the program also. So I'm
Yeah.
very curious what you say, what has changed. So maybe you can share it also.
Yeah, for me, I am started the program right now before Andreas introduced me to that, and I feel like I can do the little things in my life, and it's good because I always wanted to say I like to be good where I am right now. Don't have to run away. That was in my mind a lot, running away from different things. I feel it's helping. I will tell you when I finish it, but I think it's very nice program.
And it's just a starting point because you can apply it afterwards every day,
Yeah.
like I do.
No, I am playing it right now. Yeah, I have my morning exercise already.
Perfect.
Well, thank you very much, Andreas, and we continue to talk about this because I think very interesting, and we will see you again. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.